The Radiance is a lie, but in a good way? So, I recently won the Capture Radiance and realized that we have all been lied to. That 55-45 chance of winning and losing a 5-star? Yeah, throw that thought in the trash. But in this, I saw a blessing in disguise for those of you stressing over whether you'll get Furina or Xilonen. Let's just say, I've got a good little secret that will just change the way you look at wishes forever. This discovery about the Radiance brings both good news and bad news, but where you stand depends entirely on your luck. You could have a guaranteed Furina, and even then a guaranteed Radiance set for Xilonen. Want to know how? Then make sure to watch this video till the end. In today's video, I'll fully dissect the Capture Radiance, brick by brick. Heck, I'm even providing a quick chart that explains it and will leave you with no questions at all. So if you are ready to get into the bottom of this, stick around and let's get into it. Oh, and before we start, we're hosting a 10 Welkin Moon giveaway at 5K subscribers. Furina and Xilonen banners are a nightmare for free-to-play players, so if you're feeling the primo drought, you don't want to miss this. Entering is easy, just subscribe, like, and drop a comment so I know you're here. You know who else is here? My partner, lootbar.gg. Last time I checked, everyone likes saving money, so why not save 23% on every purchase using lootbar.gg? For example, you can get this $100 Genesis Crystal Pack for $79 instead of the usual $100, an easy $21 saved. Want to save more money? Lootbar thought of that too. As a new buyer, you get an extra 8% off, which doesn't just cover tax, it even knocks off part of the original cost. Now, if you're wondering about their legitimacy, don't sweat it. They have so many positive reviews on their site, and I've used them to purchase Welkin for my giveaway winners. They're also trusted by big names like Dukaja and Tevat Times, and well, by yours truly too. So, want to secure those ladies without breaking the bank? Use my link and save yourself some extra bucks. Okay, now we all know what the Capture Radiance signal looks like. And the previous claim by Hoyoverse is quite interesting to say the least. As usual, there's always going to be that word that they can use to defend themselves, and that word is consolidate. To put simply, the word consolidate means combined. So yeah, we've been tricked. That said, let's start uncovering the truth. Originally, the belief we had is that in every 50-50 you lose, there is a 10% chance that you'll get your 50-50 loss saved, giving you the featured character. Very simple, very demure method, but also completely wrong, you see. On the first day of release of this mechanism in 5.0, it also happened to be the release of our beloved character Mualani, and upon her release, many streamers and YouTubers were fetching this girl, and this was a perfect time for us to take data. By analyzing 4 million pulls from the character pool after version 5.0, provided by fixyaoq.com, along with sequences from streamers who C6'd Mualani, we can now draw a sharp conclusion on how the Capture Radiance mechanism actually works. So here's the deal. There's a Capturing Radiance counter which starts at 1 for every player after version 5.0 with a minimum value of 0. After version 5.0, if a player loses the 50-50, the counter increases by 1. And of course, your next pull is guaranteed. After that pull, if the player wins the 50-50, the counter decreases by 1. So a win after a guarantee makes you lose a point. Understood? Good. If not, don't worry, I'll use my account for example later in this video. Now here's where it gets really interesting. When the counter reaches 2, meaning you've lost 2 50-50s in a row, the next 50-50 has a small chance of triggering Capturing Radiance. The exact probability is still unknown, since we'd need an insane amount of data to pinpoint it precisely, but current estimates place it somewhere between 55% and 60%. That said, if you happen to lose your 50-50 again, then your fourth 5-star after claiming the guaranteed 5-star will be 100% guaranteed Radiance. That said, to make sure you fully understand it, I'll be using this chart to show you exactly how the mechanism is like. Right after the 5.0 update, every single player worldwide started off with a Capture Radiance pity count of 1. Now, if you happen to lose your 50-50, whether it was on Mualani's banner, Arlecchino's, or whoever, you'd see that counter tick up to 2. But here's where it gets interesting. Winning on a guarantee? Yeah, that doesn't touch your counter at all. Once that counter hits 2, your next 50-50 isn't really a 50-50 anymore. It's actually tilted in your favor, sitting somewhere closer to 60-40. But let's say luck just isn't on your side and you lose again. That counter jumps to 3, and this is where things start turning around. At this point, you're in a double guaranteed state. The next 5-star you pull is locked in as a guarantee, and right after that, the next 50-50 you face isn't even a gamble anymore. It's a straight-up guaranteed Capture Radiance. This means you can finally breathe easy, because at this point, you're set for a win. But there's one final twist to all this. Once you claim your Radiance, the counter doesn't reset to 0, it resets to 1, and before you even type that, "Wait, why doesn't it go to 0?" comment, just know that I already saw it coming. That's exactly why I brought it up now. Alright, time to break this down using my own account as an example because nothing explains things better than real pulls in action. So, my first wish after 5.0? That went straight into Xilonen's banner, which was guaranteed. Then I pulled on Chaska's banner, and what did I get? A Diluc. But hey, no hard feelings. Because that just meant my next pull was guaranteed, and of course, Chaska came home right after. Now, since every player started at a Radiance counter of 1, that loss bumped mine up to 2. But then, tragedy struck again. At 75 pity, Dehya decided to bless me with her presence. Yeah, you can imagine my reaction. But look on the good side, that loss pushed my counter to 3, which, as we just covered, means the next 5 star is a guaranteed win. Now here's where it gets spicy. I pulled an early Mavuika, and then, on my Sitlali pull, boom, Radiance triggered. That meant my counter reset back to 1 and everything started over. So, for those of you out there who have taken a couple of L's in your past banners and haven't even bothered keeping track, now's the time to check. You might be sitting on a guaranteed Furina without even realizing it. And if that's the case, well, congratulations. You could very well be on track for a Radiance pull when Xilonen drops. I already know the questions running through your mind, and I'm here to answer them before you even ask. But hey, if you've got more, drop them in the comments. I'll be checking. First up, does Capture Radiance work on the weapon banner? Nope, not at all. It's strictly for limited character banners, so don't go thinking you can cheese an easy fate point system here. It also doesn't apply to the Chronicle Wish banner or anything similar. And finally, does it count the 50-50 losses from before 5.0? Sadly, no. Any heartbreaks from the past don't factor in, which is why everyone was granted a default counter of 1 at the start, to keep things somewhat balanced. If you still have questions, ask away in the comments. I'll be lurking, and if I see it, I'll answer. And hey, if you enjoy breakdowns like these, you might want to check out my full deep dive into the wishing system. It covers everything you need to secure Furina, from pulls to strategies and more. Hope you like it, and as always, thanks for watching, and bye.